Snapshot 25W44A included Data Pack version 92 and Resource Pack version 72, with a big change to game rules, new slot source capability for loot tables, and more. My name is Sliced Lime, and this is a showcase of the changes. Let's start with the game rules. Game rules are now a registry type, which means they have namespaced IDs, and all the game rules have been turned into lowercase snake case. One quirk to note is that the game rule command doesn't accept the full namespaced ID, only the location part of the ID. A number of the game rules have been renamed further than simple conversion to snake case, as shown on screen now. And as part of this, the game rules that previously disabled things have been inverted to instead enable those things. This of course now also means you'll need to switch any true to false and the other way around. The do fire tick and allow fire ticks away from player game rules have been removed and replaced with a single fire spread radius around player. Setting this to -1 allows fire spread anywhere. Setting it to 0 disables fire spread, and setting it to a positive value sets the radius around a player that fire can spread. A number of game rules now also have limits to their values. This generally represents the range of values that were previously actually used by the game. In a related change, the game rules fields for test environments have also been updated. Loot tables now have a new ability to source the contents of equipment slots using a new slot sources concept in a new slots loot pool entry. This also replaces the old contents field. Slot sources are a typed object with 6 different types. The slot range slot source selects slots in a range from the inventory of an entity or a block entity. The group slot source merges several slot sources into one. The contents slot source selects all non-empty slots from the inventory component of one or more items. The filtered slot source applies an item predicate to the items in slots provided by another slot source and provides only the matching ones. The limit slots slot source limits the number of returned slots from another slot source. And the empty slot source selects no slots. This version also contains updates to the new environment attribute system. A RGB color attribute can now use the override, add, subtract, multiply, and alpha blend modifiers. The extra fog visual attribute has been removed and replaced with fog start and end distance attributes, and those have also been accompanied by a water fog start distance and end distances for sky fog and cloud fog. The cloud opacity attribute has been replaced with a full ARGB cloud color attribute. In custom world news, the previous snapshot was entirely unable to save chunks in custom dimensions, which is fixed in this one. And biome color fields can now use the standard format of a string hex color specification or float component form. The world border command has been updated again in this snapshot, with the time argument now accepting time suffixes, so you can now use 20s to mean 20 seconds instead of having to use 400. This means commands from previous full versions can now be upgraded by adding an S suffix. The time argument for the warning distance now also specifies ticks by default and also accepts the time suffixes. And in tag news, there's a new item tag, Camel Husk Food Item, and a new Can Float While Ridden entity type tag. In Resource Pack news, of course, there are new textures and models for the added items and entities, but also a new entity equipment layer, Camel Husk Saddle. Shaders have been updated in this version with a new block, vertex, and fragment shader split from the terrain one to enable the new chunk fading. There are a set of new shaders for GPU side sprite animation. There are new uniforms for animation sprites and chunk sections, and the Globals uniform now has camera coordinates. And that's all for these pack versions. Thank you for watching. My name is Sliced Lime, and I'll see you next time.